and welcome to winemastery.co.uk. My name is John Lightford and this is...
Annabelle McVine and the guest.
And I'm John Murphy.
So a very special edition. Annabelle, some of you will already know, is already a famous YouTube, WineTube star. And she's come all the way over from Cyprus to come and talk to us about wine and talk about Cyprus. But first, before we get to that, I just wanted to know what got you into, first of all, wine, and then secondly, talking about it on YouTube.
Wow. Okay. So yes, I was brought up drinking wine. It's always been my favorite drink. I was never much into beer or cocktails. Wine was perfect for me, not too sweet, always really interesting. But I got into wine seriously maybe a few years ago.
Okay.
And it was a complete coincidence, really. But I went on a diet and I started avoiding carbs.
Okay.
So I got into my red wine a little bit more seriously.
Yep.
And then I started thinking that nobody was really talking about Cyprus wine in a way that made sense. I wanted to talk about the history of Cyprus wine, the different stories, the wineries, and that's what got me started.
Excellent.
Okay, so and I haven't mentioned actually that it's the brand you go under is called WineScribble. So if you just want to search on YouTube, you'll find it straight away. But I will put a link down below for you to get straight to some of the fantastic videos that you've already produced. You've already produced. So you started literally a couple of years ago. So but when you're talking on your channel, you sound very, very authoritative about wine. I mean, that's for a couple of years of research. That seems to be remarkable.
I throw myself into things wholeheartedly.
I don't doubt it.
and tasting the wine helps you speak about the wine with confidence. It's a positive feedback loop.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so in terms of Cyprus, how many, is there sort of different regions of wine within Cyprus, with their own characters? Or is it really just one particular area within the island that produces most of the wine?
Cyprus is a fairly large island, and right in the middle we have a mountain range called Troodos, which is actually about, I think, 30 million years ago, the ocean floor just went pop. It was probably a little bit more dramatic than pop.
Probably slightly. Underplaying it just a little.
One tectonic plate went under another, but pop! And the entire ocean floor just lifted up, and that's the Troodos mountain range. So the terroir is amazing because you have all these different soil types, and it's quite high, nearly 2,000 meters. All the vineyards are around Troodos, but what you have the west-facing side, and then you have the vineyards that are right at the top, and depending on how much sun they get, how near the sea they are, and how high up they are, you have variations on the terroir, but all of them are on this huge mountain range in the middle of the island.
Okay. So what are the grapes then? Because I don't even think I know the grapes. Are there any?
Well, I didn't know the grapes either because, everybody knew that we had a red variety called Mavro and a white variety called Xinisteri, because those two varieties were made into our flagship wine. Commanderia is a dessert wine, and we knew that. But then, as I got into wine, I realized that they have many varieties are now being rescued and rediscovered that nearly became extinct.
Okay.
So I'm discovering new favorites now. I love a red wine called Maratheftico, beautiful.
Okay.
Purple violets.
Must I find this? Well, that's Keep talking.
Cherries and violets. It is absolutely beautiful. It has a close cousin called Yanuvi, and there's literally 4 bottles in the market right now.
Okay.
They're just vinifying these for the first time. Really exciting. There's another one called Baby Cinnamon, Morocanella. Again, just a handful of examples. They're discovering these ancient grapes that nearly became extinct, and one by one they're coming out into the market. I am so excited.
Oh wow!
I
Wow!
know,
So
and that's why you're coming to Cyprus.
Brilliant. I am loving your
Yeah.
enthusiasm about it's lovely to hear such enthusiasm, like, because you just said there, like, I don't even know what all the grapes are, you know, the occasional ones here, but then we hear about these ones which have been regrown. I mean, Carmenere is a new one for us, which has suddenly started again, and that is a stunning bit of wine, and like when it comes out, I think, the excitement you get for it, and then I can understand the new ones that you're going to be getting.
I discovered Carmenere last year, and I was just so excited because it's like a little bit like Merlot, but so much more interesting, so exciting.
have you tried Bacchus yet?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
You like it?
Okay, so John clearly does not follow my Instagram stories.
Oh.
Because I was Instagramming about this last night. I will forgive you though, because you're so cute.
Do you know what that was? It's because I just can't get away from your wine videos.
Oh, bless. So he's watching me on YouTube and missing me on Instagram, and I will forgive him for that. So smooth. So yes, I tried Bacchus. It's I was really quite excited because, as I said in my stories that you missed, John. So as I said, it is a little. People compare it to Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
Okay, and I get that, but I find there is an English subtlety about it.
Okay.
Yes. So what is especially like New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc? It's exuberant.
In your face out there. They can be a bit keen, but yeah.
It's a bit keen.
It's a good Yorkshire phrase. That is. It's a bit keen. It's a bit keen.
And I found that Bacchus, apart from the fact that it has a Greek name, and that's only appropriate. Yes, right. So that was a title people gave to Dionysus, the god of wine, who was essentially the god of peace ups. I'm just,
Hey, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. He was literally the god that had an entourage of drunk people following him, being highly inappropriate in different creative ways. That was Dionysus. I know. Yes.
I think I'd be his friend. I'd be one of the people following him happily.
So Bacchus is a really appropriate name. Lovely wine, but yes, it holds itself back, which I think shows restraint and self-respect. I did enjoy that. It doesn't give everything away at once.
Oh, I love
No.
it. No. Nice and subtle, and yeah. I'll go with that.
I like a wine that plays hard to get.
Oh yes. just like your men.
I do like that about men. Yes. Wine and men, men and wine. One leads you to another.
Of course.
I really do like your style. Do you have some more wine, dear?
Clearly, we haven't had enough.
So we mentioned to get back to the mountain, or before we get to get back to the mountain. A mountain is normally 360 degrees. So is there a difference between the different faces, or is there just one particular face of this mountain that produces the wine?
No, there are different zones and different regions. So in Limassol, at the foot of the mountain, you have the Commanderia region, and this is where you can only make, even though the two varieties, Mavro and Xinisteri, grow everywhere. Only Mavro and Xinisteri that grows in this particular region can be made into Commanderia. So that's the Commanderia region, and then you go further up the mountain, and then things get more interesting, in my opinion. And the tip of the mountain is the tip of the mountain is nearly 2,000 meters, but we don't access that.
Why?
You don't know your history, my darling.
No, I don't. I'm a cheesemonger. Please carry on. Tell me.
So there's the British base right at the top, but the second, the second peak has at 1,600 meters a vineyard with a beautiful 100-year-old Xinisteri.
Okay.
And that's That's a very exciting, unique wine, and all the vineyards around that area, really high up, make very floral wines. They are very subtle, less fruity, very acidic as you would expect because they have fog. Even though everybody thinks, oh, Cyprus it's a warm climate country, up there it snows, there is fog every morning, and it's quite chilly all year round, and it's really quite more European kind of climate that you would expect for an island in the Eastern Mediterranean because it's so high up. But if you go to the west of the island, Paphos, then the vineyards are still high up, let's say 800 meters above sea level, but they get more sun and you get more fruit. And those are also very lovely wines. So fewer flowers, fewer white flowers, more pears and oranges and citrus fruits. Beautiful.
You paint a beautiful picture.
You know what?
Beautiful picture.
I never thought I'd say this, but listen to a lady talk so passionately about wine just makes me feel a bit fun. Makes me feel a bit tingly inside. Keep talking. Now the passion you've got for wine there is really quite. I'm enjoying it. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Happy to talk about wine all day long.
So how long's your channel been going? How long have you been?
Actually, just over a year.
Oh,
it
wow.
hasn't been that long. Yes, I think the first video went out last year in May, and now it's summer.
Yeah,
so now
so just over a year.
Just over a
Fantastic.
year, and it's loads of fun. I was going to write. I like writing, but nobody likes reading, so.
It's a bit overrated.
I made one video and then I just became hooked because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It is fun, yeah. It is great fun.
I think it's nice to put across as well, isn't it? The passion as well, once you're having the taste. And it's so obvious when you can see that people are enjoying it, as you do. Oh, very obvious.
I have so much fun watching wine mastery videos, honestly. The fun you have while you film, I don't know.
Well, we do enjoy it. Even if we don't particularly enjoy the wine, we still kind of get into it because there's so much fun. Like you said, every little one has their own like little nuances in there. Something you find, even if it's not the best wine you've ever had, there's something in there that you can pick out because every wine is different. Every single wine is different.
I believe that.
Yeah, and you're touching them all in different ways, aren't you? You're finding, regardless of top, middle, bottom, or the depth or whatever, there's always something there to enjoy about
It's
a
like
wine.
meeting people, I think, and not everybody is the most fascinating person you've ever met, and some people are just like a half crazy person that walked up to you on the bus stop, but still,
I've met those.
While you're waiting for the bus, there is something to listen to, right?
I don't think I've ever heard it put like that, but I like that. Yeah.
Every wine has something to say.
There's something to appreciate about every single one, regardless of whether you like it or not as well.
And we always appreciate that we might not like it, but it doesn't mean to say
no.
you're not going to like
and that's true. That's so individual.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, yes, I like a red dry wine usually above all else. But if people like dessert wines, that's perfectly valid.
It's very personal.
Exactly, it's very, very personal.
Well, fantastic. Well, I think we'll have to go to Cyprus, John. We'll have to go on tour.
I think we have no choice. I want to see this.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
We'll be there. We will.
We will, yes, we will. We're going to wait till it gets a little bit warmer. Not now, I mean like next
It might be a bit too much warm for me, this ginger skin and wine. But Wine Mastery on tour, why not?
Wine Mastery on tour.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, watch this space. That video is going to happen soon.
Soon. Well, with that, I think we'll sign off because I can't think of anything else to say. Can you, John?
No, other than it's been an absolute pleasure having you here and discussing things with you. You've really tickled my fancy, so to say. No, it's been lovely.
Is that your fancy? Everyone meet John's fancy.
I wear my heart on my sleeve. He's shy. But no, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you.
It has been a pleasure. This is Wine Mastery. I am Annabelle McVine from WineScribble.
I'm John Lightfoot from Wine Mastery.
And I'm John Murphy from Wine Mastery.
Until the next time, chin chin.
Chin chin.
Cheers.